The people who dislike me can't even say why they dislike me. There's a guy on TikTok who goes around asking people, have you heard of Andrew Tate? Yeah. Do you like him? Yes or no? And they usually say no. And he asks them why. And it's truly beautiful. Watch this.
You guys know who Andrew Tate is?
Yes.
You like him?
No.
Why?
I don't know. He's weird. He talks bad about women.
Just one good reason why you don't like him. Just one. Just one. I know you have many. Just one. No? Okay. All right. Thank you.
They can't think of a single reason. They hate me, but they don't know why.
Wow.
Name one bad thing he said about women. It's like the slave mind. Do you see what I'm saying when I say you must resist the slave mind? These people have had their minds wiped. Like fucking Men in Black when they flash that thing in front of your eyes. They've had their minds wiped. These are the same people who don't believe in God. They don't believe in morality. They don't believe in a good person. They don't believe in being strong. Look at their face. You can instantly tell by looking at these people they're not a fan of mine. When you see somebody on the internet and there's a video about Andrew Tate, you can tell by the thumbnail if they're a fan or an enemy. You can see right away.
Well, I've seen them go around gyms, and the answer is overwhelmingly different to the people you see on liberal campuses.
Completely.
I would imagine.
The people who are complete fucking nobodies, they're the ones who are like, no, Tate's bad, Tate's bad, Tate's bad. These people, you can tell by looking at them, have no substance to them. They're the people who blindly believe everything they're told about the pandemic and blindly believe everything they're told in the news. They have no opinions. Their minds have been wiped, and they are slave-minded. Watch.
The most dangerous question that you can ask any person today, especially young people today, is why. One word. Why? Why do you believe in the things that you do? As what was just demonstrated right here, he said he didn't even like Andrew. You ask him, give me one reason why. He can't name one thing. It's the most dangerous question. And I think it's because there's so much information that hits us. And depending upon your particular bias, you're going to gravitate to the ideas of other people without even understanding that you're under the mind control of that other person.
Again.
Andrew Tate is?
Yeah.
Do you like him?
Not really.
Why?
I don't know him like that.
Wow.
Do you know who Andrew Tate is?
Yes.
Oh, she's going to hate him.
No.
Why?
I can tell by the earrings.
Because he fucking sucks.
Okay, that's not a reason. Do you have a reason why you don't like him?
He's a misogynist.
Define misogyny.
I'm not fucking doing it.
Pissed.
What's wrong? Do you know who Andrew Tate is?
And they're slave-minded.
Do you like him?
No.
Why?
Computer glitch.
Andrew Tate.
Oh, this person's gonna hate him.
Why don't you like him? Because he's a fucking asshole. I don't like him. Can I get a reason? There's enough.
When they empty your brain, they will inject the slave mind. When they destroy your morality, they're even attempting to destroy your own faith in your own eyes. When you see somebody and you assume correctly, because every single other time you've assumed such circumstance in your life about this person's gender, you've been correct. You assume they were born one biological sex or the other, and they tell you you're wrong. They tell you your eyes are wrong.
Not allowed to
your brain is wrong. Do you understand that they're doing this so that when you can't trust your own eyes, that they can just tell you the most blatant lies in the world and you have to believe them? If you can't believe your own eyes, then what can you believe? There's also another guy I want to shout out quickly who's doing some good work on TikTok.
On a petition to unban him from Instagram? No? He's the top G. Do you have a Bugatti? The reason why you can have a Bugatti is because the top G has all the Bugattis. Excuse me, everybody. Does anyone know who Andrew Tate is? Would you guys like to sign a petition to unban him from Instagram?
He might be. He might be G of the week. Yeah, I mean, he might be G of the week because I like the work he's doing. He's out there. Do you have a Bugatti? No. How you gonna have a Bugatti if Tate's banned? He's right. Do you have a Bugatti at home? All my haters, none of them have one. None of them. Guy's a G. So he's out there being a G. The other guy's waking people up to the absolute insanity. Now, you know what he does? He walks around with a USB stick. He asks people why they hate me. And when they can't answer, he gives them an NPC stick, a USB stick, calls them an NPC, says put up their ass, and it will rewrite their programming. The guy's a G. The number of...
Here's one thing I would love to ask Andrew if I had the opportunity to be able to speak with him. When he refers to they, who is it that you're referring to? And I think that this is important, right? Take video games, for example. When you play a video game, there's usually an evil villain at the end of the video game that you know, or maybe it doesn't get released on who you're going to be able to fight, but there's an end boss, there's an end villain. I would assume by him saying they, he's referring to this end boss or this end villain. But who is it? When I think of it like that, it begins to start to instill this idea of, are people fighting against something that really isn't there to begin with? Because from my observations, they just seems to be the flow of wherever the money is going to go. And if media can put information in front of you in order to drive clicks or attention or a purchase by diverting your eyes away from the truth, but then supplanting it with some other topsy-turvy shit. I'm not saying that there's not forces out there that are puppeteers of certain aspects of society, but if we can't formulate who exactly they is or who exactly the end boss is, then I think that the focus should be on improving oneself and really identifying the whys behind your movements within life as opposed to conquering they.
Point I'm trying to make is, my friend, and this is genuine, this is not an insult, this is a genuine conversation I want to have with you. You may think it's artistic and you may think it's cool, but sex with the devil is nothing other than degenerate. And I know when you're young, you may think that those kind of things are like, here we go. You may think those kind of things are edgy.
I've never seen that before. Holy shit. How does that not get canceled, but all the other content in this space does? Holy shit.
And it's important that we break social stereotypes. It's actually disgusting, and there's no need to insult Christianity like that, and there's also no need to worship the devil like that. Nothing good can come from being an absolute degenerate and thinking that having sex style with the devil is somehow good for the world. This is not about gay. It's not about straight. I wouldn't have sex with a female devil.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have sex with a female. He's young. Wow. That's why. Yeah. I wouldn't have sex with a female devil. I have massive influence. I would never promote Satanism. I would never promote anything to do with the devil. I think that doing that is largely and absolutely irresponsible. And let me tell you what's actually cool. Nas X or Lil Nas X. What's cool is promoting people to be good to each other and to be nice to each other. And you can sit here and say, well, I'm intolerant because I'm not tolerant of you having sex with the devil. The devil in and of himself is an intolerant being.
Right.
If you believe in tolerance, you must believe in God. You can't be out here promoting these things. What you're doing is genuinely disgusting.
Yeah.
And what's happened is this. He didn't come up with this idea. Someone above him came up with this idea. Some artistic producer, some record producer, someone came to him and said, this is going to be cool. This is going to break the internet.
He's 21.
You're young. You're young. He's impressionable. You're going to have sex with the devil. This is going to break the internet. And he's too young to know any better. So
I am so convinced that with the decentralization of communication platforms such as YouTube, and I know some of the biggest creators have gotten kicked off and now they're on different platforms. And this is why it's so important as to really put a fine-tooth comb and really an understanding what is the reasons for these different bannings. But the thing is like Lil Nas X is able to do this because he has marketing dollars behind him and they're all in cahoots together. A lot of those top executives are also friends with the people within technology companies as well. So they're all kind of gently massaging and rubbing each other's backs to get certain messages through and then other messages not.
And my advice to you, Lil Nas X, is that you're going to have a legacy because you're a famous person. You live in a very special life. You're going to be remembered for a very long time. You don't want to be remembered for these things. You want to be remembered for your kindness and your grace. And when people come to you and try and use you and abuse you because of your naivety, because you're young, and say, have sex with the devil on camera because they have ulterior motives, you need to sit up and say, no, I don't think my young children fans need to see me having sex with the devil. I think that's a bad thing to do.
And I can interject right here by saying, Old Town Road was a banger. It was a banger, and there was nothing degenerate in that video or about it. It was playing from the United States to Romania to South Korea. I heard that song everywhere. I enjoyed that song. You obviously have the talent. There's no need for this kind of behavior. There's no need. So please clean your act up.
Don't let them abuse you because they're going to convince you that it's artistic or it's funny. It's not funny. There's nothing cool about that. And that's what I'm saying. That kind of content's genuinely dangerous. That kind of content's the kind of stuff you don't want children seeing. And that's why, I mean, his reply is something about how I'm obsessed with him and when I have sex with him. I don't even mention the guy. I'm just giving him advice as an older man to a younger man. You're being used to promote Satanism. And the reason they're trying to promote Satanism is the same reason they're trying to promote a bunch of other things. They want to destroy all morality. They want to destroy all morality on nearly every level by destroying the baseline of morality amongst the populace. It allows you to be completely open to the slave mind programming. They're trying.
He said that Lil Nas ex's response was to say, I know you want to have sex with me. That's the best that you can do. See, a lot of these mainstream people or these different, you know, socialites, Instagram influencers and shit, they have no argument for the decent points that are made within spaces like this. They don't want to have conversations with people from spaces like this. They don't want to put it on a public platform because they can't. They just have to go to innuendo, getting you banned, cancel culture, shaming, insults, and now they're throwing in the idea that because you talk about me, that means that you want to have sex with them.
Trying to empty your brain. If you have morals, if you have things you believe in, if you believe in certain actions and acting and conducting yourself in a certain way, when they try and come at you with the slave mind programming, there's a certain amount of programming you're going to reject because it's going to go against your morals. It's going to go against your morality. By destroying all of that, by saying you have no morals, you don't believe in anything, nothing you think is wrong is real. That's all stereotypes. That's all intolerance. Let's completely empty your brain. They want to empty your brain so they can inject new programming. That's it. You need to have some morals to stand on.
Here's the thing. I don't agree with the components of his conversation that point to a reasoning of trying to take out all of your morals and virtues. I just think that they're just trying to make $1. I really think that it just comes down to that. Like, you know, there can be arguments within here of who is they? Who is they that's constructing all of this shit, and they're trying to do it in order to make men more feminine, in order to make women more masculine so they can lead this, that, and the third. I mean, you know, there could be arguments for that as well, but really at the end of the day, I think it's less constructed than that. I just think it's about how can we show people the difference between morality, virtue, because I think there's a component of human conditioning where you're more apt to look at things that are not good for you, so you can stay further away from it. It's kind of like a self-defense mechanism to keep you from dying. So your human response is to pay attention to that more. Now you get some people that's going to look at it and be like, no, this is not going to compromise the very morals or the basis of the character and the personality traits that I have built throughout my life because I know that that is wrong. But then you get other people that walk around unable to think for themselves when you ask them why of certain different things and they have no answer for you. Why do you not like this person? Duh, computer glitch, computer glitch, computer glitch. And what's so interesting is that those are more often younger people. It's no wonder because they don't have as many experiences throughout their life, but Hollywood and media has done a number on them, even in childhood, to try to convince them into the ideas that they believe in today. And then we get this boundaryless society. Do it for the gram, do it for TikTok. Listen, you heard that new Lil Nas X song? He's doing shit with the devil. Cool, thumbs up. It's absolutely absurd, but again, I challenge Andrew's idea of they in a sense that there's some huge construction. I think it's less of a magnitude of that. I think it always just points back to capitalism. What's in it for me? How can we make money off of this?
The best of luck.
And that's the thing. That's why people don't understand why they're out here trying to destroy morality. They're trying to convince women to be promiscuous. They're trying to convince men to be weak. They're trying to convince you not to believe in God, trying to convince you the devil is good. They're trying to convince you all of these things because then you have no baseline. Let's look at me, right? Take away religion. I believe in strength. I believe in being as strong as I can mentally and physically. They don't like that because by believing in that, when you come along and tell me a lie, I'm prepared to stand up and say, no, I don't believe you. My mind is too strong and my body is strong enough to fight you. I don't believe your lie. They don't want that. They want you weak, depressed, empty for programming. They don't want you to believe in God. That's why they promote the devil. They don't want you to believe in harmonious the sanctity of marriage. They don't want you to believe in having a woman that you truly love and care about. No, they believe in women just sleeping with everybody. You just sleeping with everybody. Absolute degeneracy. Because if you don't care about anyone else, why would you stand up and revolt? Why would you stand up and protect society when you don't care about anyone but your self? They're trying to obsess you with selfishness. It is all a scam. And Lil Nas X doesn't even realize any of this. He's too ignorant to understand why they're telling him to the devil for kids to watch. They're doing it because they don't want the children to grow up with immorality. And you are part of that. And that's going to be your legacy if you don't snap out of it. You're better than that as a person. I believe.
Back to Old Town Road, man. I'm telling you.
Truly, I don't believe Lil Nas X is truly evil. I think he's ignorant and he's being used by people above who are truly evil. And he needs to stand there and realize that he is a pawn in a game. And he needs to be smarter than that and be a positive influence for all of his young fans. That's the dangerous on the internet, not what I'm saying.
Agreed. And we've had plenty of opportunities to sell our soul ourselves. You know, it was funny. I was listening to Cat Williams talk. Cat Williams was talking about other comedians and how they sold their souls out to the devil. I mean, there are certain people like Jim Jeffries completely changed his act and completely changed everything.
Jim Jeffries, what he did a 180.
He did a 180.
Wow.
And sold his soul.
Full liberal for money.
See, now
complete coward.
Cat Williams was saying it. Cat Williams was like, listen, people like Dave Chappelle, he lives in Oklahoma on a farm for a reason. He's not interested in their shit. He walked away from their shit. I had to make fun of their shit. And then they came at me. And now I've got a little bit of respect for them. So there are people in this world who don't sell their soul. Shout out to Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, etc. But man, to watch other comedians do it is ridiculous. And even at the point that we're getting at in fame, the offers that are coming along to promote certain things, I don't know if we want to say them. I don't think we should. But we've been offered tens of millions of dollars to promote certain things that we believe are going to influence the youth in a negative way. And what have we said?
No.
Never.
They have tried from simple things like crypto pump and dump scams, and we refuse. I refuse to have a single person who is a fan of mine lose money because I made money. If you buy one of my products, it's going to make your life better. I'm not going to sit here and promote some coin knowing that some people are going to win, but some poor innocent guy is going to believe in me, put his last money in, and it's going to dump and he's going to lose. Yeah. I'm not Logan Paul. I don't do pump and dump crypto scams. I'm not Jake Paul with his lying NFTs. I'm not these clowns. I'm a person of integrity who doesn't need money. I will not let a single person who believes in me lose money because of my words. I refuse to sit here and sell you guys to gamble. I refuse to sit here and sell you trash energy drinks. I refuse to sit and sell you bad food. I refuse to sit and sell crypto pump and dumps. I refuse to sell any bull. I will not sell my soul. That's it. If you believe in Tate, your life is going to get better. Every single one of my fans is going to have a better life for listening to me. Their mind's going to be stronger. Their wallet's going to be stronger. Their body's going to be stronger. I want people to walk down the street and look at a guy who's clearly winning in life, getting out of the Lamborghini with a bunch of muscles and a hot bitch and go, that is an Andrew Tate fan. Yeah. I don't want anything negative attached to my name. I will not sell my soul for money. And I don't give a what organization came along for $500 million. I would not a female devil, no matter how beautiful she is, on any video ever, because it is detrimental to society. It's disgusting in the face of God. I know I'm a positive force for the world. The reason I know I'm a positive force for the world is because of the way they attacked me. They wouldn't attack me this way unless I was a good force for the world. The way they've tried to destroy me is satanic in and of itself, because they know that I'm a good person and they don't want me out here teaching morality. That's why they're trying to get rid of me.
What I think is so interesting about Andrew Tate's content post him getting banned, I think was also interesting about Kevin Samuel's content once he died. After he died, there was an uncountable amount of people that began to understand what his message actually was, because content creators then took the time out to piecemeal the positive components of his message as attaching it to his untimely demise. And it gave people who hated him before the opportunity to see why he was such an influential figure. Now, post the banning of Andrew Tate, and although it was an immediate and probably extreme impact to his bottom line, I think in the long run, it may actually be very good for him, because it gives people the opportunity to piecemeal positive components of his message, while also he's still working on how he's choosing to deliver his message, which doesn't appear to be as sensationalized or as polarizing as the way that he was choosing to articulate his words back when he had platforms, not just on Rumble. And truth be told, I don't know how anybody can look at that particular stretch of content right there and say to themselves, no, I disagree. Lil Nas X twerking on the devil is all fine with me. But you know what? Thinking about it, I won't put anything past the modern day do anything as you please, boundaryless society as it exists today. I think inevitably a lot of people are just comfortable in being drones. A lot of people are just comfortable in just being lemmings, just kind of following within line and just believing what it is that they choose to believe based off of the things that shifty, if not shady, influencers articulate to them. Shit, we just found out not too long ago that allegedly Kim Kardashian's whole rise to fame was created by a contract signed by her mother. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Guys, leave your comments down below. What do you guys think about the culmination of this video here today? I think, like, at the end of the day, if you choose to go against what is considered the establishment, is that in the land of free speech, it's really not free. It's as free as much as the people who are up on top with those talking points allow it to be. Until next time, YouTube.